The air at Engels Air Base was still, just before dawn on June 1, 2025. Massive Tu-95 bombers, nicknamed Bear by NATO, sat silently on the tarmac, symbols of Russian power, designed to deliver nuclear devastation. For months they had launched cruise missiles into Ukraine, striking from deep within Russia. But this morning, their sanctuary was about to be shattered. Suddenly, violent explosions ripped through the airfield, engulfing the bombers in flames. The attack didn't come from afar, it came from within. Russian air defenses focused outward were blind to the threat already inside their perimeter. Small, fast-moving drones launched from nearby swarmed the base with deadly precision. Some bombers already armed with cruise missiles exploded in secondary blasts, amplifying the chaos. The hunters had become the hunted, caught by surprise in their own lair. This was no random act. It was the result of a meticulously planned covert mission operation Spiderweb, orchestrated by Ukraine's security service, the SBU. They had smuggled drones, launchers, and operators deep into Russian territory, bypassing formidable defenses. The strike was a stunning demonstration of ingenuity and daring, proving nowhere in Russia was truly safe. The psychological shockwave was as powerful as the explosions. The Kremlin's illusion of security was shattered in a single fiery morning. For Russia, it was a catastrophic failure of intelligence and security. Strategic air bases, once considered untouchable, were exposed as vulnerable. Operation Spiderweb revealed fatal miscalculations in Russia's defensive posture. Ukraine, the smaller nation under invasion, had projected power in devastating ways. The sight of burning Tu-95 sent a clear message. The nature of the war had changed. The legendary Bear was bleeding. The Tupolev Tu-95 Bear is a Cold War icon born in the early 1950s to threaten North America with nuclear weapons. Its powerful Kuznetsov NK-12 engines, inspired by captured German technology, gave it unmatched range and endurance. With 4 massive engines and counter-rotating propellers, it could fly over 12,000 kilometers, putting any target on the globe within reach. For decades, the Bear was the backbone of the Soviet nuclear deterrent, patrolling NATO's borders and symbolizing the Cold War's high stakes. Unlike many of its contemporaries, the Bear adapted. Its large airframe made it ideal for new weapons. The 1980s saw the Tu-95 MS variant, able to launch cruise missiles from hundreds of kilometers away. This evolution kept it relevant in the modern Russian Air Force. Even 70 years after its first flight, the Tu-95 remains a key part of Russia's arsenal, now upgraded with modern avionics and cruise missiles like the Kh-101. These bombers have been used extensively in the war against Ukraine, carrying heavy payloads and delivering destruction from afar. The Bear is a testament to the power of a good design, a Cold War warrior with a deadly 21st century purpose. Its legacy endures, but its future is now uncertain. Since the start of the full-scale invasion, the Tu-95 Bear has been Russia's primary instrument of long-range aggression against Ukraine. Flying from deep within Russia, these bombers launched cruise missiles at Ukrainian cities and infrastructure, often targeting civilians. The bombers themselves never entered Ukrainian airspace, staying safe from most defenses. For Ukraine, the Bear became a symbol of terror, each air raid siren a reminder of missiles launched from far away. Neutralizing this threat became a top priority. Ukraine lacked the means to shoot down the bombers in flight or strike their distant bases with conventional weapons. Previous drone attacks caused some damage but failed to cripple the fleet. The solution: strike the bombers where they were most vulnerable, on the ground. Russia operates only about 60 of these strategic bombers, each one difficult to replace. Destroying even a few would have a significant impact on Russia's ability to conduct long-range strikes. More importantly, a successful attack would send a powerful psychological message. Russia's most prized assets were no longer safe. The hunter had become the hunted. Operation Spiderweb was born from necessity and audacity. Ukraine's SBU knew a conventional attack on Tu-95 bases was impossible. They needed to get their weapons past Russia's entire air defense network. Their solution: smuggle attack drones, launch systems, and operators into Russia using modified shipping containers. The perfect modern Trojan horse. These containers, disguised as ordinary cargo, were packed with drones, control equipment, and life support for the team. The journey was perilous. If discovered, the mission would be lost. The containers traveled hundreds of kilometers across Russia, blending in with commercial traffic. SBU operators inside remained hidden, relying on flawless execution. Despite the risks, most containers reached their targets near the airbases. Once in position, the teams waited for the perfect moment. The final piece, a fiber optic link secretly laid to connect the launch sites to command in Ukraine, ensuring secure, real-time control. The hidden teams, smuggled drones, and secure communications formed an invisible web around Russia's strategic bombers. The stage was set for a strike no one expected. The Bear's sanctuary was about to be breached. In the early hours of June 1st, the order was given. From hidden positions near Engels and Olenia, Ukrainian operators opened their containers and launched swarms of drones into the night. Flying low and fast, the drones evaded Russian radar and struck the airfields with precision. At Engels, at least two Tu-95s were destroyed, reduced to twisted metal, while others were damaged by shrapnel and fire. Some bombers, loaded with cruise missiles, exploded in secondary blasts, preventing imminent strikes on Ukraine. At Olenia, more drones struck, adding to the toll. In a single night, Ukraine damaged or destroyed an estimated 15% of Russia's active Tu-95 fleet. The attack was a profound shock to Russian command, not just for the loss of hardware, but for the psychological blow. Supposedly impregnable bases were exposed as vulnerable. Operation Spiderweb revealed glaring weaknesses in Russian intelligence and air defense. For the first time, Russia's strategic bomber crews realized they were no longer safe, even at home. The Tu-95 is an engineering marvel, powered by 4 Kuznetsov NK-12 turboprop engines, the most powerful ever built. Each engine drives 2 massive counter-rotating propellers, giving the Bear its speed, range, and infamous roar. The propeller tips break the sound barrier, making the Tu-95 one of the loudest aircraft in the world. Despite the noise, the engines are remarkably fuel-efficient, allowing flights of over 15 hours. Its long, swept-back wings reduce drag, letting it fly faster than most propeller planes, over 600 kilometers per hour. The airframe's durability and adaptability have kept it flying for decades. Modern upgrades include digital avionics, advanced navigation, and powerful radar. Most importantly, the Bear can carry a succession of sophisticated cruise missiles. This ability to evolve is why the Tu-95 remains a threat today, but even legends can be brought down by innovation. Operation Spiderweb marked a turning point in the air war over Ukraine and Russia. For Russia, it was a humiliating blow, shattering the illusion of invulnerability around its strategic bombers. The military must now divert resources to protect rear bases, weakening frontline defenses. The psychological impact on Russian crews is profound. They know they are targets, even at home. The attack also challenges international treaties. If bombers are used in war, they become legitimate targets. For Ukraine, the operation is a triumph of innovation and daring. Smuggled drones launched from inside Russia open a new front, threatening any high-value target. This capability gives Ukraine leverage and serves as a powerful deterrent. Operation Spiderweb will be studied by militaries worldwide, highlighting the power of asymmetric tactics and drone warfare. The era of secure rear areas may be over. The future of the Tu-95 fleet is uncertain. Russia may be forced to disperse its bombers, complicating operations. The events of June 1, 2025, have redrawn the map of the air war. Even a 70-year-old giant can fall to a well-aimed sting.